It's interesting because you talked about the 4 different stages in your works, and then you mentioned that the first stage is about observing the nature. And can you tell us about the 4 stages, or like let's start with the first stage, because you said in the first stage it's by observing the natural world through understanding and experimenting with nature as a medium of art. Is that this sentence has a really like a long art historical moments.
There's, I think, 2 things important. On one hand is like nature as a mirror for us as a human being, also artist. And second thing, if you are artist or you create something, you must be create out of nothing, that you can say, you can use this word that I create something. So we see this creation in nature, but you cannot say I create this, or you just how do you say, this is like imitate it, but not create it. So my first stage about as an artist, if you say you are create something, you are a creative person, how you create, that's really, it comes not imitating nature, but it comes maybe it's nature of you, or you learn something, you invent something that it's something new, bring this is natural nature, or it's like a human nature, human life, human social life. So it's I'm talking about kind of ground zero, that you create something, it's not exist. Then you can say I create as an artist, as a scientist, as whatever. So that was beginning of like how to say core point of my artwork. There is Mendelian is this theory that this priest actually is scientist, that he mixed, he just combined, crossed all these plants and then created different kind of colors or flowers. Like this kind of things tricks me, and this kind of things touching actually my first stage, that you to understand what is the beginning. Like beginning of my stages goes like actually phase of the human life. Like you come out of nothing, and then
And then the second stage is about like human memories, you said?
It's more about memories, like not memories, but like as a child, like because you born out of nothing, and then it's just your child there, and then it's just like what makes you what? It's like as a child, what's influenced you is what makes a human being is a special, or person special, or artist special. And what's all the influences? Like I just make work about cross like between child and then this is with old age, and then this is like of course therefore I focused on the memory, because what's influenced us we write down on the memories. So I just checked like it's like environmental like. Influences. First things comes from parents, and then environment, and then history, and then it's just like I guess there was another one I forgot. For me, it was like focusing in my work in second stage how you can eliminate them and just focus on yourself, what you find important in life, and then you eliminate all these influences and then start new. And then start making new subject, new artworks without influences. So if it was possible or not, then you start like of course focusing all this is like my memory. My first memory is like we didn't use one poetry in a loop, but there's like one poetry is like a really matter for me. It's like the things I share with my grandmother, like. Giving water the field, for example. Like then I go this kind of memories, writing poetries or making artworks. Or I was taking all the issues from my memories and then turn into art, and then also at the same time I just try to eliminate all the influences comes outside, because most of the people accepted all the influences and leave direction of that. I didn't want to do that, so that's about, and I didn't want to do artwork in that way.
And then the third stage is about the socio-cultural development of our time and the questioning the value of art and artists. But then it's always in there, no?
It's like more about like when I was saying like I forgot one thing. It's like maybe it's like economical reasons or whatever. So it's third stage more because after I past the second stage, I just said I was busy already influences what's like develop us as a human being, that it can be as an artist or as a human being. And also I was busy at one point make work like a madman that up to here certain age I was artist, and then after I was not artist, I was looking the world, it's totally different way, and after become an artist, I looked a different way. So at one point I made one work like when I was looking at that moment the world totally different than when I became an artist. So it's like I try to, for me it's also discovering things like okay, I was looking this way the world and living this way, and now I'm become artist and living like this way, if really they are meeting or not. So I was interested to find two meeting points, these two worlds mine. And also, same time, keep coming these things. I born in East Turkey, I was living in West Turkey, I traveled, and then I live in Holland. All these, things were happening around me, and I was try to catch up them and to, analyze and then put in the work. At the same time, it's just like inside as well as outside. So. Naturally, you come. It's just like a third stage. I came to socio-economical issues, how they influence us.
Yeah.
So then I was traveling a lot, and then going to because you can get this information, sit at home, and it's internet. But if you don't see, if you don't go there, you don't really realize. Like such as every election in Korea, this North Korean issue comes, and if you go to Holland, they think their war is coming. But if you know, it is like just this come regularly. If you are not here, you don't know. You take serious. You worry. It's like etc. So it's like for me, it was making research, all the other. Sitting on the desk, and also it's like seeing on the space, on the spot, like the issues, influences, like how this economy or social political issues influence to us. It's like gold mine that you can see on the spot and really understand. I start chasing these influences to separate from my life or as a human life, or most important to understand what's the pattern that influence. It's like third stage, it's more about that.
In the third stage, you made a publication called The Conspiracy Wall.
Yes.
On artists. Can you tell us about that? Because it's how it's combined. It's also interesting, and
yes.
then each page can be a separate artwork,
yes.
art pieces.
But since like 2000. I finished Rex Academy 2001 and started traveling all over places, and I went working, staying 6 months or 1 year one place and working, and then I must always carry my work, and it's like I was making big canvases. I must send back to Holland to studio. So in meanwhile, I was like finding solution. If I go somewhere, I can make some meaningful exhibition, and how I can carry this work. You can make, of course, print their photos, or you can do medium of like a video or whatever. But I'm like also drawer and painter, so I try to basically find something functional that you can fold and unfold, and which is I made this book that this book is just like you can transform into is just also installation, because you can take out all the pages and make like a huge exhibition. So for me, is I just take one book, I can go somewhere, I can make like a meaningful exhibition. That was my goal. So I made this design, which was artist book, is like come from there. There's also silk screen. There is all different kind of printing. I think it's more about it's like folding and unfolding is the most important thing in that book. That same to us in our life. You know, it's like inside and out. I think. Yeah, I traveled a lot, and I'm putting that book actually in 10 years.
And then we just opened the show at Loop, and you called it the fourth stage of your
Yes.
development.
It's this exhibition
yeah.
also looking different perspective of certain subject, which is eventually I thought most important thing in life is knowledge. It's like for human being, at least for me, to learning as much as possible to understand. To understand, like you call this one information, this one knowledge. What's the knowledge? What's this? Is like is so important. Like anyway.
So what is the knowledge?
It's like knowledge. Actually, knowledge is I think is like sentencing information. Like you take 2, 3, 4 like information, as I wrote in the blackboard in Loop, and then you synthesize them. Like these two, you synthesize one knowledge, this one another knowledge, you cross to another knowledge, and then it becomes sustainable knowledge. And most important thing, this sustainable knowledge, what we just say, is worth to us, keeping our brain in our memory is like during our life, and that makes us. For me, it's just like that's knowledge. That's becoming actually consciousness, like our consciousness.
One of the major pieces in the exhibition is your new moving image works, the Jeans
Yes.
of the City.
Yes.
And you film the whole city scenes by yourself, and then added a 3D animation. Can you tell us about how the procedures of making this new work, and then also can you tell us about the concept behind it? Because there's
Maybe I must say like fourth stage I focus more about money and city, because city makes money and money makes city, and I compare with money and city like human body. It's just like money is the mind, move the city, and then city is the body. It's like I just saw up to 2008 or around that area is the political lost actually totally. For me, it's like totally lost against this like economy. So that's the reason I was focusing only the money. If you build your knowledge on the direction of the money, which is money made it in the city, then it means it's like we are building our knowledge direction of the money, and our questioning if what's gonna happen is like it will be like it will be narrow knowledge. So especially I come from is like mountains. I know it's like there is so much has a valuable, like the knowledge has a value, and they are not functioning in city. You just erasing them simply, and they are not like really in functioning, and then you just throw away. You don't even remember. I even don't remember sometimes. Like I just wake up and then say, okay, shit, I know these things. You know, it's like I know how to plant things. I know how to grow things, and it's like, yeah. So, which I was comparing is like a human body with city, mind with money, and then it's like I just use metaphorically that city can has also its DNA, and this city can also have its sperm, and then carrying this actually the information to true is like organic matter, which is sperm, and I was focusing, which is like a powerful city and influencing other places. I choose like London in this case, that symbolically that influencing like one other places or passing by this sperm and influencing places, and then eventually I use like in this subject city as the other one is Seoul. And then dissolving.
Dropping by in Amsterdam.
Yes, passing by.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like touching like a side issue about Brexit, that London is give up. This is Brexit, and then you move to like Amsterdam, which is I'm living there as well. So it's just passing by and then crossing there, and then passing all these like empty, nice leftover.
Eurasian.
Yes.
Why do you use sperms? Because it's like such a direct connotation on the patriarchal
It's like a,
capitalism.
I mean, like for me, totally, it's a scientifically like a matter of like as in the blackboard. I just have also putting things like a woman meet with man, and then it's just like a merge, and then become something new child, new person. So, and this happens with sperm. So, for me, according goes with equations that I put there. It's like first you look ourselves, we exist like merge two things and then become new us. And same thing is this. I use same things for cities, like this city and that city, and these influences or information comes from here to there, and then they merge and then become new face. What matter of it's like a narrow, commercialized or not. Sperm is like totally for me is like a biological, scientific reason I use, like not because of a male issue, not this, not that. That's just carrying the actually information and or knowledge or bringing, it's just like that sense.
And then they're all bursting in
Yes.
in Seoul.
In Seoul,
like in the background of a Dangilning, like a power station, and Yeouido, this island that has a full of this center of financial district.
Yes, it's also they are burning actually is from some financial districts in London. So it's like I believe it's like most money at this moment we living. It's maybe I'm wrong, but in London, and if it's somewhere it's like so much amount of money that means that city, that place can be influence other places, or good or bad. Mainly for me it's bad. I'm staying side of the bad. And like that I think they are bursting and bringing information, influences, or I don't know, oppressing power as well. So to changing life of here or economical things.